We are live from the McDonald's All-American Game number 1. Team 1 versus Team 2, East versus West. Season 10 is creeping closer and closer. Joining me in the booth is Csba. What's up, C?
What's up, man?
Obviously, we're getting to see some guys for the very first time here tonight. What are you excited about this game? Obviously, we haven't seen any of these guys play before, so it's kind of hard to put your finger on the pulse of what you're looking forward to. But if there is anything, what would you be looking forward to?
I think number one is maybe seeing how some of these recreated players perform in this game. I know there's a number of recreates and a handful of coach players in here, so just kind of take note to see how they do. On the other side, well, in this game in particular, I'm looking at Ricardo Velo Durango, Thrash Panda, Ace King, Shacked a Fool. A lot of guys in this game that are active and have been active in the past. LeChef Moses, also I know who that user is. So, by the way, if you're new, shout your player out in Discord chat so we can put a face to some of the name to some of these pretty faces out on the court.
Yeah, for sure. And then RVD was and you already got a nickname because RVD is RVD. Ricardo Velo Durango. I ain't saying that all season long. So RVD it will be, but he got us going with the first bucket.
Yeah, I got one of those on my team, RDW, Riddle Diddle Ware. So I know how the three-name thing goes here in the CSBA for sure.
Nice job there by Ace King. I will say this, too. They're 12-man roster, so we extended the chorus to 12 minutes. To 10 minutes, rather. So everybody should – it's listed as 20 minutes per player, so hopefully everybody gets close to that. I know it might be a little bit wonky because there's not one player at every – there's multiple players. There's like one team has 4 centers. One has like – a couple power forwards, whatever. So it's just like it's not perfect. So there might be some rotation stuff. So just keep an eye on that. King going to work early though.
Yeah, Ace King showing off early, getting 4 of the 6 points for the West, or has he gotten all 6?
I think he's gotten 4.
Yeah, I think so. I know he made at least 2. Though.
I did not. It would number 12, Archer Ike hit the first bucket. He switched it before he greened it. Speaking of which, pulls up there, no good. Shacked a Fool. There's a name. Some of the other parts of this, too, is the names. Some of the player names. The creativeness of that. Otto with the miss. Here comes Ike the other way. Pull up in transition. Can't get it to go. But yeah, C-Web, Shacked a Fool. There's a name.
Yeah. No, there's definitely some good ones. Shacked a Fool. What else in this? Any other good ones? Doug McBuckets. We've had a few McBuckets. So that's kind of that's a famous last name around the CSBA.
Yes, it is. And again, no packs have been added to any of these players. I know some of these players have bought packs, but to keep recruiting fair, we wanted to make sure that guys weren't just dominating and while others weren't and not getting the same amount of love in recruiting. When
Yeah,
who knows? Who knows? They could pack up. They might not. I mean, it all depends. But
yeah, and from a coach's perspective, that's actually a good. It's actually a key thing to see the arcs play against each other straight up, because it really lets you know who will and won't fit into your system based on what you see tonight.
yeah, nice job and take there. Wish I had the numbers. But number 23, I didn't catch who that was. I would have been great to have a true call sheet for this, but we did not. Otto kicks it outside of Cooksey. Nice to see the name Cooksey back in the league.
Yeah, that's a name that's pretty famous here in CSBA circles for sure.
Trash Panda not able to get that one. Well, the cool part, too, is these guys get to see their players, what they look like. It's McBuckets from the corner for 3, rims in and out.
That's another thing. Definitely a chance for you to see how your archetype plays, and if you don't like it, good chance to know which tendencies you want to switch or things like that. So.
And both teams are playing under the Thunder book.
Yeah, it's a pretty wide open.
Yeah, I was
wide open offense, so it's a good one to look at.
Yeah, it's a balanced book, so this is it's kind of what we made the arcs with when we tested it. It was the most balanced book to see how players perform. So that is the book that is being run here for both these teams. You'll see that in the JUCO showcase as well. But that last player that got that bucket was Josh Pickney the second. But yeah, it's good to see Cooksey back. Pickney with the steal.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to shout out some of these names like Cooksey. Definitely a guy that some of the new coaches should know to go after in recruiting. Nice bang from the outside.
Yeah, Pickney.
Taking your line there.
And the West is off to a hot start.
Yeah, the West has a nice mesh of players here in the starting rotation, just kind of looking at what they've got on the floor.
RVD going to go to the line and shoot 2.
Yeah, it's a nice take by RVD there, trying to get inside and even things up for his side.
Where's Mac? Is he in the stream? This guy is so cute.
He keeps calling himself the best-looking prospect in the CSBA. So, not a prospect anymore. He's going best-looking new player in the CSBA.
Yes, sir. 39 up in the stream. Appreciate y'all hanging out with us. Make sure you come back, too, for the next game. We've got the JUCO showcase game, Team 1 and 2 in the next one. And then appreciate the sub there, Zay. Those guys are going to be on display. And then you got Thursday night again. We're back with another McDonald's and JUCO showcase game.
Yeah, okay. Nice rebound. Ooh, RVD showing off here, trying to get the East back even in this one.
Got a bunch of the coaches in here. Yeah, guys, if you're new and have not been in the stream chat before, and this coach is here, let them know who you are. Shout out your players' names.
Yeah, I mean, it's a Tuesday night. My wife's out of town. I got a drink and a notebook in hand, so I'm sure I'm not the only coach with at least a notebook in hand right now.
Reverse layup there by McBuckets. Otto. Oh, nice strip there by Pope. Gerald Pope with a nice steal. Kicks it over to McBuckets along the baseline. Pope for 3, rims in and out.
Yeah, nice little two-man game they had going there between Pope and McBuckets. See if they utilize that anymore.
RVD gets stripped from behind. Shaqtin' a fool coming away with the steal. Pope in transition, nice. Pulls up for 2. No good.
Nice strip by Shaqtin' a fool. Ooh, good defense by RVD. Or maybe that was Cooksey that got in on that block.
Back to Raw with the sub. Appreciate you, buddy. Panda gets fouled by Josh Pickney, his second.
Yeah, Pickney going to have to be careful picking up his second already in the first quarter here. I know Thrash Panda, a guy a lot of people want to take a look at tonight for sure.
And I actually needed to talk. I actually needed to talk to Coco because I don't know if it's supposed to be Trash Panda or Thrash Panda. He's
Might
in the.
be, yeah.
It's
actually,
listed as Thrash in the profile that it was submitted, but I put him in as Trash. It is Thrash. Okay, I will correct. I will
Okay.
make sure it gets corrected. What's up, Coco?
I like that Thrash Panda versus Trash.
Yeah.
Shout out to Coco. Is this his fourth guy or third?
I think this is his third.
Okay.
Wilson blocked. Nice block by Hugh Benedict.
Woo! Yeah, good defense there by Benedict. Definitely keeping the momentum on the west side despite the East making this little comeback here.
So that dirty. The other prospect game is on Thursday, not tomorrow. See, we'll be here for that one as well, I believe.
Yeah, like a good old Canadian, I've got a hockey game tomorrow night, so we're running them on Thursday.
Mars McKinley with a nice take there. Davis, though, causing the miss there. Again, a lot of these guys, they're going to be base arcs, so Stevens fires it up. We know that, throughout the season, throughout their career, they will be getting, they'll get better. Counting in one.
Ooh! Yeah, Will Stevens. I think that's... is that Dodgers player, or is that a different player?
Dodgers Archer Ike. That's Hugh Benedict that just got the N1.
Okay.
I think Benedict is a new player, if I'm not mistaken. I could look that up on the sheet.
Ooh, nice effort by Davis. Misses on the alley-oop layup there.
Hugh Benedict is Brizzy in Discord.
Ooh, and Benedict gonna pick up the and one as we're talking about. Or sorry, that was McKinley. McKinley gonna pick up the end.
Mars. Good to
Mars
see
McKinley.
Good to see McKinley back too.
Who's McKinley?
Mars McKinley. That's Chris 5K.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry, there's been so many people.
There's a lot. There is a lot of prospects between recreates and new people, and
we'll call them revisitors.
Wilson rather for 3 off the mark.
A few people in MIA for a few seasons, but we're always glad they're back. McKinley gonna put it up. No good.
It's good. The CSBA back in full effect between prospects games. Whoever doesn't get recruited will go to high school. We'll have that going again. We have the college teams. Stevens with a nice save. We're back. Yes. We're back to the way we used to be.
East got bailed out on a backcourt there.
We're also going to... If I can get my act together, I will get the off-season pack up before the start of the preseason, which might have a little bit of a discount pack for everybody. I just have not been able to get that together.
Some of that's on me. You don't have to take full credit for that because we're working behind the scenes together on that one. So
Gunderson with the foul. The cutest Mac was out there. He was out there for a bit.
Yeah, he did pretty well for a little bit of time he was out there earlier.
Ooh, missed free throw. Wilson. But Wilson looks to drive. Good defense there by Benedict. So Benedict looking like a guy, C-Web, that likes to get involved. Very active defensively as well as offensively. Stevens with a deep knockdown jump shot.
Yeah, nice accuracy from deep range there. But yeah, that's definitely something these myself and a lot of other coaches look for is those two-way players that, they can fit a lot of different spots on your roster. Oh, clip that, please.
That was a nice take. So QCam, the 8,000 points is applied to your progression points in the progression chart. It doesn't get added to Twitch. You can use that in combination with your Twitch points if you need to. So it's both. I suggest if you are a progression player, and I know a lot of people do not like to read, there's also a video there, as well as a couple of documents in the progression how-to that really will explain how the progression system works if you are a non-paid player.
Yeah, and I mean, I've got my own team to worry about as well. But honestly, anybody you have questions about what can affect your player the most, what upgrades to buy, all that stuff, please feel free to reach out to me. I've been coaching here a long time. I know what can help you.
All right, West up by 11 here after one quarter. Good first quarter from both these squads. Shout out to our sponsor, SportsTemplates.net, official sponsor of the CSBA.
Yeah, they got some awesome graphics over there, as well as a Discord community with I want to say over 1,000 users. They got a bunch of people.
There is also a bunch of things. This is good for progressions as well. The more consistent, the more you're in streams, you get streak bonuses. So instead of getting 1, it might go up to 1.1 or 1.2. There's a traveling violation. Interesting. So there's you can get faster points that way in Twitch as well. If you subscribe, if you're a sub, points go up quicker too each month. So it just depends on, there are additional ways for you to improve quicker from a Twitch perspective. On average, I would say C-Web is like 400 to 500 points per game you can watch per game.
Yeah, if you're not subbed, probably around 400 to 500. Subbed, I'd say you can get
like 6-ish.
G-Heart,
if G-Heart was in here, he'd probably have a better understanding.
Yeah.
Blackman from down deep is good.
Hello. There's also another familiar name. Blackman getting involved.
A big, strong black man. Is one of the best names I think I've ever seen.
Wow. Oh, wow. I missed that.
Yeah, you did.
Going through the names. A big, strong black... strong black... Okay. I see
big,
you.
strong.
I see you.
Big, strong blackman. You guys say you got rolls off the tongue altogether.
A big, strong black man. Yeah, see, I can do it. I'm from the tri-state area. I know what that's like. Legend, not so much of a legend there.
QCam, I think part of the reason why is he's been around for a long time, and he also has a ton of points. He has subbed a gazillion times. If you look at the stream chat, he is the number 2 gift subber in the CSBA. So,
yeah. So I just saw what he said. Yeah, I have over 200K.
Free throw up and good. So it seems like the West so far a little stronger, but I feel like every time the West breaks it a little bit open, the East kind of comes back a little bit.
Coco, you're dating yourself with the KEK there.
The Chef Moses with the throwdown dunk.
There's only a few of us left that are that fluent in wheat speak.
Green for 3. Bang!
Oh, wow. Nice 3 off the pick.
Robert Green, the power forward.
Yeah, that's a nice pickup for somebody, power forward that can drop a 3 like that. Oh, Moses. All right, things are starting to heat up now. Clip that.
QCam getting a sub from Coco. Appreciate you, Coco.
Oh, nice feed to Gunderson.
Yeah, just so you know, Robert Green is a slashing power forward lob threat.
Wow.
Williams, Zeus
Oh,
Williams,
hello.
who, by the way, is back.
Yeah,
CW2
Zeus-
there.
Zeus Williams II. ZW2, I like that.
But I like that he's back. We got some guys that came back, which is nice to see. Some OGs.
He got a nickname already. Swoop.
Loot. Ball tipped around. Good job there by Aurelius Legend. Mars McKinley in transition.
You know what? The bench guys are putting on more of a show than the starters are. I'm no bagging anybody, but things are heating up with the bench, you can see.
Yeah, Gunderson now over to Carter. High screen from Green. Pick and roll really not there. And then goes inside. Counting in one. No. Aurelius. God, I'm going to have a hard time with that all season. Aurelius Legend. Aurelius Legend. God, that's not easy.
Aurelius Legend.
Aurelius.
Aurelius.
Aurelius. There you go.
Yeah. It's easier if you pronounce it right. Just say.
I'm usually the one correcting everybody else, but I have just...
Or maybe it is Aurelius. Okay, sorry. I actually flipped the R and the U. It is Aurelius.
So Gunderson is Ty Gunderson. That is formerly locally Gunderson. Is it Tyre Gunderson or TY or TYR? I don't know. There's another
or Tyre.
I don't know. I gotta ask him because I put it in as Ty because I thought it was just a typo. There's two names, that Trash Panda or Thrash Panda, and that one was the two.
Well, Thrash Panda we know is good as the corner three is good.
Yeah, Loki Gunderson, former center, now his new player. Friend. RVD.
Somebody was calling for the ball over in the corner, but RVD gets the bucket instead.
Tier is how it's said. Okay.
Tier. Okay.
Greek mythology. Okay. I will fix it in the game so that it's TYR. Sometimes I just assume, and I probably shouldn't have in that case. Nice job there by Gerald Pope. Appreciate everybody tuning in for this. Ace Lord with the sub. Also good to see him back into the mix. Good to see...
Oh wait, like Greek mythology. Maybe that would be Tyre.
There you go.
And either way, TYR is correct.
Diablo mythology. There you go. Like buckets fouled on the play.
What a great game.
I missed a lot of these guys. I missed a lot of the OGs too. The OGs just back at it and talking. And then we got a lot of new blood, loving some of the guys we're seeing. All right, C Webb, you're a coach. You're a coach. I mean, what are you looking for if you're a coach? You got some recruits, and there are new ones in here because I can see them. I see who they're talking. I know who they are. You're a coach. You're watching here. What are you taking from this game as a coach? Like, what do you even if a guy scores 6 points? What are you watching for?
Well, I mean, for one, I'm looking for who's in the screen to begin with. So again, if I don't know who your player is and you're new, shout it out. Let us know who you are because that's going to be big for the coaches. If you're active in stream chats, that means you're going to be active in the locker room. That means you're going to be active packing up either paid or progression. So, that's the number one thing we're looking for is activity. Number two, I'm looking for how these arcs play against each other. Having them at their base stats and everything. Again, big key for the coaches and even for other players just to kind of see, how does your guy work? How do these guys you want to recruit work in a system that's completely...
Yeah, nice block by Isaiah Fowler on the other end, by the way.
Yeah, Brian Marceau. I feel like that might be a name we're calling quite a bit this season. I like his arc. I like the way he's been playing from what I've seen here in the time he's been on the court so far. So.
Ooh, another block.
Was Fowler. That was Isaiah Fowler flying in there. And just
was it?
Swatting it. Yeah.
I thought that was Marcel that got that. Either way, it was a nice block.
Either way, maybe it was Marceau talking about him.
Yeah, that's the other. That's the other
They
thing
got
too.
ears.
Nice shot
Marceau.
there.
Oh, there we go. I'm telling you, they got ears. They got
16-point lead. Don't worry about whatever the score actually is. It's just about this is about the showcase of the players. I will.
Yeah.
So the upgrades were not put in, and I mentioned this at the early part of the stream. And the reason for that is because we want to keep recruiting fair for everybody. Okay. We want to. Your activity should be what garners that and your archetype and the player you are. Your activity in Discord, your activity in stream. Those are the things that we want to see. Yes, obviously we love that you pack up. We love that you're part of it. But for these prospect games, we didn't want, if someone went in and spent a large portion of their, large amount of money, right, and their guy is gonna dominate this entire game. We want to give everybody an equal fair opportunity in these prospects games. Whatever you bought for your guy will be in there for preseason and beyond. So it's just the prospect games where we see it.
Yeah, you'll have all of your upgrades. Sorry, that was Will Stevens that came in there and with the Bjorn Lockharty block there.
I don't know how much who spent what because none of them have been input. So it's just notated.
Yeah.
It's just notated in my sheets, ready to be input once this week is over.
Yeah, but that is a big thing. We wanted to keep these games even so that you can see just exactly what kind of player you're getting when you recruit these guys. Like, you'll know by activity who's going to be upgrading and who may have already put in upgrades.
Yeah, and that was the other thing too. If you're a paid player, not a progression, but a paid, very important you remember this. A paid player is allotted 3 viewership packs during the course of their career for free. How you redeem them is you cash in 5,000 viewership reward packs that you just saw momentarily ago. I think Chris, the GOAT, who's been here in the past, he just cashed in 2 of his 3 for his new player. So just by cashing in those 5,000 points. So
I think it's actually 15,000.
No, that's for progression. He only.
Oh yeah, no, you're right.
He cashed in 2 $5,000 viewership reward packs.
Yeah. No, you're right. I remember when I first got here and was like slowly counting the
Fowler defines poke
counting
back
the
door.
numbers.
But I love it. A lot of first time guys here. Again, shout out who your players are if your guy is playing. And if he's not playing, shout it out who you are too.
Yeah, if you're in the stream and you're in the next game or one of Thursday's games, let us know who you are if you're already here. So, it's good to know who to take a look at aside from activity. Know who you are for Thursday and definitely keep an eye on this.
Yeah, the East has Archer Ike, point guard, Tanner Wilson, point guard, Ricardo Velo Durango, who's a.k.a. RVD. He's a shooting guard. Tyler Gunderson, shooting guard. Willie Davis, small forward. Jordan Carter, small forward. Chandler Cooksey, small forward. Robert Green and Dominic Otto, power forwards. Will Stevens, Thrash Panda, and the Big Strong Black Man are your East roster. On the West side, you've got Gerald Pope, the Chef Moses, both point guards. Hugh Benedict and Josh Pickney, the second, are both shooting guards. Mars McKinley, Doug McBuckets, and Brian Marceau, small forwards. Aurelius Legend, Ace King, power forwards. Shackton Afool, Isaiah Fowler, and Zeus Williams, the second, are all centers for the West.
Yeah, and we're going to give a shout out to a couple of guys. Professor 320, Tank Johnson, playing in Thursday on Team 4. And Black Scorpion 95, Kevin King Jr. going to shout out his player here. Sport to Man, Bucky Pritchard, playing in the next game.
Yeah, unfortunately, this season was we've never run, by the way, if I remember correctly. I don't, and we may have done it once. We don't usually run 2 games. We used to just run one. But this season we have a lot of new players, so I wanted to give as many people as we could. But there's 48, and there's like 160 prospects. It's just impossible to invite everybody.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of had to pick who we had in a way. A few more guys. DC Gunn, go Heels. I'll be in the Thursday AA game. Daniel Gunn, small forward. Who else we got in here?
Teams
Dominic Otto.
So teams were selected, Gunn, based on what we saw from Discord activity. There were a lot of coaches and recreates that have played in this game previously. We did not include most of them. There were a few that were included just because we needed them for position wise. Like, there's only so many guys we can take, so. But that's kind of how we went about picking the rosters.
Yeah, so West with the lead here currently. Like I said, I've got a notebook here that I'm taking notes in, so I wasn't even paying attention to what the score was at the half.
QCam, all you got to do is when you get up to 15,000, cash in the progression stuff to add up to whatever you're going to use for the progression in Twitch. The remainder, you screenshot that, and then screenshot what's in the chart and post that in one post and say blue chip, whatever. There's a redemption channel. Scroll through it. You can see kind of how the guys did it. Again, there is a video. There is a how-to.
Yeah, and again, for any progressions that are super new, save up for the blue chip first before you start cashing anything else in. That's going to be best bang for the buck by far.
Absolutely. And then it's a grind after that, but. And I will say, no problem. And I will say this too, and this is just for the progression guys as well. In theory, if you tuned in for every preseason game, which is about 18 hours, if I'm not mistaken, you should be able to earn enough Twitch points to have a blue chip in your first game. However, I've seen guys not put the grind in, and then midway through the season, they're like, "Oh, I'm bored. This sucks. My guy is terrible. Blah blah blah." Well, of course your guy's terrible because you're not grinding it. Listen, nothing for free is easy, and it's the reason why the free system is a grind. Because yes, I understand there are people that can't afford to invest. So and maybe they're young, maybe they don't have the money or the means, whatever, and that's fine. And we accept that, but we also don't just give it away for free. There's a lot of expenses that do go into running this league. So with that said, that's the reason why we also have the paid system. There is one preseason game, but there are 18 games in total. So it's 6 days of streams, I think, if I remember correctly. 3 hours per day.
Yeah.
That's a given week, generally. Monday to Saturday.
Yeah, it can add up quick, for sure.
And even, let's just say you can only watch 9. It might not take you to end the week. Let's say you could watch 9 of the 18 hours of streams in the first week, right? Well, week 2, you do it again, or whatever, first week of regular season, you do that again, and boom, you're a blue chip. So it's that easy. But I've literally seen guys go 2 seasons, and we're more than happy to be a 70 overall and just one small piece of the puzzle. So there is one other twist this year that we've never done before. Every team must take 2. We've never done this before. They must take 2 green progression players. Every team. So 36 teams have to take 2. Some might have more than 2, but most of them 36 have 2. The other piece of this is that, and again, there's no pressure. There's nothing. It's not mandatory that a coach do this, but we're allowing coaches, if they so choose, want to purchase a blue chip for their player on their team. A blue chip for their player. That's something we've never done either.
Yeah, it's just a way to. I mean, if you've got a super active progression on your team and you want to, and if you have the points to give to them,
No, it's not points. It's paying, C-Web. It's not points.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, right.
They would pay him and put them into the paid system, which also allows coaches to be allowed. They're allowed to pack a player up to 84 too, if should they decide to do that too. So we have some rules and structure with it. All the coaches know this, so it's nothing that they don't know.
Yeah, my bad. I'm trying to pay attention to the game.
You're good. You're good. But I'm just it's a very educational game as we're talking a little bit about this. I remember when I was a coach, when I watched these games, if I knew that I needed a power. I mean, granted, we have a lot of teams that have a lot of needs this season, so I feel like you're kind of watching everybody. But in past seasons, if I needed a power forward, I would just be watching. If I was a coach, I'd be watching the power forwards. Nice steal by Pickney.
Yeah, that was a nice steal and coast to coast there. Yeah, now if you have a specific need, you're definitely watching a specific position. Like you said, I know myself included, but there's a lot of coaches that have a lot of roster spots to fill.
No, it what's interesting though, C-Web too, is like there could be a situation. Nice job there. There could be a situation where I need a power forward, and I'm looking at the power forward arcs, and it does not fit my system. It does not fit what I want to run. I might not be looking at you just despite the fact that I want a power forward. So there is that other side of this too. Some guys are looking at the arcs or knowing what they want to run for their teams.
Yeah, and that's the other thing, because we have the one-up, one-down system, if there isn't a power forward that you like, you could look at a center or a small forward to play there as well.
Yep. RVD, no good. A fool up with the rebound.
Wow. I like the transition there. A fool to McBuckets. That was a nice connection.
Yeah, I made sure these guys were running in transition. I wanted to see them get out. Chandler Cooksey for 2 rims in and out.
Yeah, and for anybody that might be tuning in with it, both teams running the same strategy, and everybody at base stats, don't worry if you've bought packs, they'll all be applied. But for this game only, we're running everything at a base level so you can see exactly what everybody can do.
King A said, why is he beyond the arc if he's a power forward? Because in full transparency, that's the book. This book, the Thunder book, runs probably the most balanced system across with regards to plays. So there is a possibility that you're going to occasionally play out of where you're accustomed, where you think your guy should play.
Yeah, don't worry if you see your guy out of position for what you think your arc should be or whatever. Like has been said, the Thunder book's very balanced. You see a lot of guys playing either out or in when you wouldn't think they would. Ike pulls up from mid-range.
Getting to see some guys, the creativeness of what they look. Nice pick and roll there. Aurelius Legend didn't get it in the right spot, though. McKinley, a little ISO play here. He's going to drive, goes up underneath, doesn't get fouled. Wow. Shocked he didn't.
Wow.
2 rebounds, three blocks, though.
Wow, you got to be kidding me.
From the west. From the east, rather. Sorry, from the east.
Yeah, East trying to get themselves back into this thing here.
I forgot we switched ends, so I had the colors messed up for a minute. Because you would think the black jerseys would be I gotta fix that one of these days. Flip it. You would think I would have, but the west is in the black. It does make sense. It should be the other way around.
It does make sense. The East, it looks like the East should be the black team, but
yeah, it should be flipped. The color down here in the bottom should be flipped. That should be black. That should be red. Is what it should have been.
Yeah. Or the East should be white than the East.
Yeah, if I did it white, then you wouldn't see the text. I'd have to figure out.
Well,
to do
yeah,
that.
yeah.
I think there's a way to do it. It's just kind of a pain.
Carter misses for 3. Nice rebound by Legend. Doesn't get there yet.
Hugh Benedict taking it to the house. 12-4 run by the West.
Yeah, the West is just. I mean, if you're wondering why the score is where it is, just watching this game, the West, maybe the arcs are. I think they're a little bit more balanced together. The East maybe a little less so.
Yeah.
Again, this was. I mean, we had to get the positions close to right. So.
Yeah, you tried to have even rosters the best we could. We got the JUCO Showcase coming up next. The Western Union JUCO Showcase, to be exact.
Yeah, I actually like the foul there by McKinley. Good awareness to prevent the easy bucket.
Free throw up and good. Love it. 41 strong. Keep this up throughout the season, guys. I know sometimes it's hard. There's a lot of streams. I know there's always the beginning of the season. There's excitement, and then everybody kind of slowly drifts away, and you only kind of tune in for your own games. But there are a lot. Listen, this is where legends are made. Maybe not in this game per se, but or maybe there are some in this game that I don't know about. But nice job there by Wilson. Connor Wilson with a nice take.
Yeah,
but
it was also a really good find by Gunderson.
Moses. I love that Zeus Williams guy looks almost identical to his previous guy.
Yeah,
right?
pretty much.
I mean, he's literally identical when he was at OK State.
And he wears 99 as well.
Yep, and 99 too. Chip off the old block. Ike. Is that Ike? No, it's not Ike. Excuse me. Kicks it outside to Blackman for 3. Rims in and out. Still got a whole nother quarter. Again, playing 10-minute quarters. We don't usually play 10, but with the chef Moses counted in one. Tanner Wilson with his second.
Yeah, first time we've called his name tonight, but LeChef Moses probably going to be a player to watch here in his freshman season.
I can tell you right now, DeMarcus White, these guys have always been good.
Yeah. These guys have always been very good, highly sought after recruits and transfers. So
Williams not really shooting here, not showing me much. Zeus, ZW2, come on, buddy. Pass inside to Fowler, throws it down.
Oof. Wow, nice play by Fowler on the inside.
Yeah, one thing you'll learn and remember about 2K20 is Gunderson for 3, bang. But one thing you'll learn about the CSVA, I think in 10 seasons or 9 seasons in a prospect game, we've literally seen 2 legit in back-to-back games charges.
Yep.
For some reason, the game does not call it, but we've seen it happen twice.
Yeah, we've seen it happen twice.
And literally was back-to-back games.
Yeah, and like I've seen it happen occasionally in sims that I run it for practice. Like, and by occasionally I mean like if I ran 5 sims a day for a month straight, I'd see it 3 times.
And that's more than I did in 9 seasons, and I've got about 5,000, 6,000 plus hours of running games. So
yeah, I probably was exaggerating. Like maybe I would have seen it once.
Moses, who's from the free throw line. Good. Chef Moses. But yeah, I'm loving you guys being here. I'm loving that you're tuned in, and wait till the season starts and we got those preseason, those in-season tournaments, the first 3 weeks, which are all your out-of-conference games before we go into your conference games. Good defense there by Zeus Williams, getting out on the shooter. Marsota Williams, who runs the court and throws it down.
Well, yeah, Williams was in on that at both ends. Wilson not going to chuck it up. So CSBA, time to get your fours up in the chat. End of the third quarter, West up 78-60. Don't really mind the score. Just pay attention to what the players are doing, though.
Yeah, get the fours up in stream chat. Show some love. We got 44. I want to see 44 fours.
Yeah,
Gunderson. Is that Gunderson? I think that was
Gunderson.
Gunderson.
That is Gunderson.
Yep.
Speaking of looking like their brother, cousin,
smaller version.
Whatever. Yeah, smaller version. He went from 7'6" to 6'7".
We got a few guys that went with some different looks this season. Oh, that was interesting. Some different looks with hairstyles and stuff this year. So good to see a little bit of variety.
Good to see variety, but I mean, somehow it's refreshing to see Zeus Williams back on the court looking almost exactly like he did.
Yeah, so. Absolutely.
Who was the guy on?
Who was the guy? What?
The guy on Kentucky. Not Legion's guy. The other one.
Allen's guy.
Was it Allen's guy?
Yeah, who I had on my team. The beginning of Thuggy.
No, the second.
Oh, Williams.
Oh, it was
Williams.
It was Williams again.
Yeah, it was Williams. I forget his first name, but it was Williams.
Yeah, I forget his first.
Sean Williams, maybe. I forget his name.
Yeah.
I should know him. I coached him. Acting a fool up off the glass and in, had the size mismatch down low. What's up, Swole?
I didn't even put it together that it was the same guy all 3 times.
Yep. Zeus, by the way, is Swole. What's up, Swole? AKA Zeus.
Yeah, that's any new coach acting a fool. Ow. Hello. He had about 1.5 feet on Tanner Wilson and took advantage of it.
So happy to have you back, Swole. Zeus had a nice dunk before.
Yeah,
and a block, I think.
He's been doing pretty good this game.
Yeah, it's right there. Right there. Can't miss him with that orange hair.
Orange dreadlocks showing out.
We missed you, buddy. We missed you. McBuckets to Pickney. And again, don't go. If your guy didn't do anything in this game, or doesn't score a ton, or is not whatever, don't go. Listen, I'm telling you, activity is everything. There's Ace King in the low post. See, he does play the low post.
Nice little spin move off the glass. But yeah, I mean, activity is everything, and again, the coaches are looking for more than just what ended up on the stat line if they're watching this game.
And if you guys are obviously new, have never been recruited, I'm going to give you a small piece of advice, and hopefully you're listening. The first thing I'm going to tell you, do not, I repeat, do not verbally accept your first offer 5 seconds in, because
No.
recruiting is a week period of time. We have a ton of recruits that have to be recruited. There are 36 schools. The coaches, some go to high school, some go to college, some are older and work. Csba is a coach of Gonzaga this season, has been formerly was a Syracuse coach. Anyway, long story short there, Csba works. So when we open up the recruiting, it might be in the middle of the day. That coach might not get to you till the next day. You might even be second or third or fifth or whatever down the line when that particular school gets you. It's not because they're not interested. It's just because there are so many prospects to get to. Each team, we're trying to have assistant head coaches or recruiting coordinators to help with that. But give opportunities. Listen to teams, their pitches. They're going to have a lot of them are going to have. I'd say 95% of them are going to probably have Discord campuses that you're going to want to visit. Talk to you to show you a little bit about, the kind of team that they're building. Kind of give you a little bit of the history of the school, or maybe the culture that they're trying to create. There's a lot to it. And if you've never been recruited, you'll understand why when you go through it. It is one of the most stressful but fun times. And to me, when I was a coach, it was my favorite time, Csba. I don't know about what it was for you, but that was my favorite part of the whole thing.
Oh, yeah. 100%. I love recruiting as a coach. It can be stressful. It can be frustrating. You can end up hating your life as a coach. But as a prospect, I guarantee you, it is the exact opposite of that. But no, even as a coach, it is fun. It's great getting to know some of these guys, even just on a more personal level. Like, yeah, you're going to talk to them about, how they fit into your program. But, a lot of times this, recruiting just comes down to, what you feel about a certain, how you click with somebody. Do you see yourself being friends with this person? Do you see them being friends with the people in your locker room? Like, that's what really drives the activity in this league, is having a group of guys that, we talk about the Sims, but, we'll BS about real life and whatever together. And
sports, whatever, everything.
Exactly. Just having people with some common interests. And you're going to see it in a lot of the recruiting servers, in a lot of the servers that you'll visit in recruiting. People have channels that have nothing to do with basketball or.
And some of them have everything to do with it. It just depends on.
That's it. I've seen both sides. I've seen both of those combined. Myself, I have a little bit of a 50-50 thing going on. Like, I've got channels for people to post random stuff in, and I've got channels for the league stuff. So, I said,
there's a couple more things that I want to throw out there before I forget. But finish your thought. I just don't want to lose my train of thought. But finish what you're.
Oh no, go for it. I was just saying, like I said, there's a lot of different servers, a lot of different groups of people that you will or won't fit in with in recruiting. So, I say off the bat, give everybody 48 to 72 hours to at least reach out to you if they're interested. Don't make any quick decisions.
Yep, agreed. Zay did say don't wait until the last minute to verbal either. So there's the other piece of this is the verbal, right? You can give a verbal to somebody and then change your mind. Is it kind of a crappy thing to do? Yes. Has it happened? Yes. Does it always happen? Yes. So it's really important to make sure if they're the coach and you stay connected, especially if there is a verbal. It also has to be mutual. Teams sometimes go in another direction. You may have waited too long, and I mean, it's like real life, right? Hey, I want to give out a scholarship, but you know what? I offered you a scholarship. You took forever, so I went and gave it to somebody else because I couldn't be left forever. So there is that true fine game of recruiting, right? You have that realism aspect of it. The other thing, too, don't be sold on a logo. Just because you're a North Carolina fan doesn't mean you might not fit in. Maybe I won't say necessarily Duke, because I know if you're a North Carolina fan, you'll probably never go play for Duke. But in reality, true reality, you might go into that Duke locker room and go, "Oh my God, this is where I want to be," just because these guys are amazing and I have a connection here. Don't be sold just because that team is your team doesn't necessarily. They may not even offer you. You're a North Carolina guy, and North Carolina may not have room for you on their roster.
Yeah.
So there's that element too.
Yeah, don't get stuck on a logo. Now, I mean, if you're a fan of a team and they offer you, by all means, jump on it.
Yeah,
like
because they may not be there long.
No, and that's the other side of it. Like, maybe you do want a verbal in the first 24 hours if that's the case, because if they want you and you want to be there, that's a perfect fit. And as a coach, I love having guys that are fans of the team that I'm coaching, because it just raises the excitement level.
Yep.
So.
Yep. Exactly.
So, but don't get stuck on the logo. I can speak from personal experience. I came into this league in season 1, and I think everybody knows by now I am an unabashed Duke hater. But I joined Duke, so.
Yep. There you go. The list of the team is on the main website. There's 36 schools. By the way, I think because you asked before if Illinois was a team, they had been in the past. They are not. But all the conferences are listed on the website with the teams and the logos. Pickney for 2. He's impressed. Who's impressed you here tonight? Give me some names that, from what you've seen, C-Web, and maybe not telling me like who you're gonna recruit, but who's impressed you here?
No. I mean, actually, the guy who just made that shot, Pickney, has impressed me. Chandler Cooks, Gerald Pope. I was actually getting to him. I was kind of going up the list here, but obviously going to be probably the lead scorer based on this. So he's been flashing out for sure. Shackton a Fool definitely caught my eye. A few big blocks, nice breakout pass that I remember. Actually to another guy, Brian Marceau, who I think a lot of guys may be talking about.
And there are 12 players on this team, each team, and you're only going to get so many attempts in a situation in a game. So if your guy didn't do much, or if people are looking for other things. They're looking for defense too.
Yeah, for sure. Like a lot of people are looking for defense. In fact, I mean that's kind of the foundation of a lot of teams' bench units is a solid defense. So.
Yeah,
I don't know how that wasn't a foul.
Illinois, actually, the only reason Illinois didn't come back is because some things changed over, but Willie D was the reason why the Illini for a long time, for a few seasons, were in the league. It's funny, we've had some teams that have actually gotten to the finals or won a championship are no longer with us. Clemson being one of them, too, as well.
Yeah, Clemson winning a title and
gone the next season.
Gone the next season, but that one's bringing back some memories for me. I got the salvage parts from that team.
Yes, sir. That you did. But there's a lot still left to come. We're in the middle of transfer. Take notice of the top schools. Look at what the guys are posting in there for the transfer portal. Kind of get an idea. You'll see some consistency with some of the pitches. But the interesting thing too to see when you're like, oh, maybe this school has 1 million logos on top schools, blah blah blah. It's a transfer portal, so those guys are seasoned players. They probably have more packs and things applied to them that make them a little bit more desirable. Some schools right now, they're with new coaches. They want to build their program from scratch. They want to bring in these fresh recruits that you're seeing in this McDonald's All-American game. But then again, you might have a guy, I'll use North Carolina as an example. He doesn't have many roster spots, where other teams might have 9 and 10. So that is the reason why you're seeing heavy pitches from some schools, and why you're seeing in top schools some of those logos being flashed, because those teams need players more than others.
Yeah, for sure. Some teams, they have the room to take those players on. And yeah, you might see two or three big name players. I mean, like as coaches, we have a little bit of insight as to exactly how good some of these transfers are, because we have a cap that we need to work under. So we do have insight into that. We will not in terms of freshmen. So you're all coming in on even footing.
Yeah, so nobody knows what the ratings are. So, like, I'm not a coach. I am a player, but I don't tell my own coach who's the guys to go after, who packs up, etc. My coach pretty much does that all on his own. But with that said, right now everybody in this game is a base blue, is a 77 overall. Nobody has one pack applied to them in this entire game.
Yeah, and as a coach, I can say we have no insight as to what any of these players will be either, aside from past information and these games that we're watching right now. So
Yeah, so recruiting starts the following week. The schedule is listed in league announcements. I made it the other day about the tentative schedule of what we are looking to do.
yes, JP, everybody in this game is a 77. This is your base arc with your base tendency. Just you're going to see how your player plays at the purest form, basically.
Yep. And then the next game, the JUCO transfer game, is like for 3, bang. They'll all be 70 overall.
Yep.
Which can make that game partially a little difficult to watch. But I've also seen some good games played by those teams too, so it just depends.
Yeah, I mean, we actually typically get some RV blocking foul. We don't get that too often.
No, I don't.
But RVD definitely just shoving his guy out of bounds there.
49 up in the stream. I appreciate you all hanging out with us. It's good to see some guys back here.
Yeah, stick around for the next one too, please, because the JUCO game, as coaches, I hope that there are 36 coaches in here for the next game, because these are the games the JUCO games are the ones you need to be watching this season, guys.
Especially with everybody having to take 2 progressions.
We've all got to take 2, so watch those games.
Utah, I'll take 2. Come on, what's the movie? You know it. Shoot.
Leaving.
Oh, I just lost it. I just lost the in-stream audio. You there, C-Web?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, we just lost the in-game audio because I pulled my mic out of its socket, so sorry about that. But luckily, there's only 30 seconds left in the game anyway, so.
I'm trying to figure out the movie, and I think I said it. I don't know if it was heard on stream. I said Leaving Las Vegas.
No.
No, I'm drawing a
Gary Busey is in it, as is Keanu Reeves, as is Patrick Swayze.
Point Break.
Here you go. He goes in to get the 2 subs from the
oh yeah.
It's Utah.
Oh man.
2. Give me 2.
Wow, man, I haven't seen that movie in a minute. That's for sure.
Sorry about the volume here. That'll be fixed for the next game. And I went to lean over to pick something up. I dropped and I pulled my headset out of its thing. Congrats to the West. We'll go through the box score here really quickly, and then we're a little late behind on the second game, so we'll go through. Actually, you know what? Instead of going through the box scores, we're going to just post them and get the next game going, because it is 10 minutes, almost 10 minutes after 10. So we'll end the stream here. I will post the box scores, and we'll have the next game up here so you guys can actually see, provided the game. Guess what? We're not going to get the box scores. because the game just crashed.
Well,
Fun.
good.
Well, you'll have to go back and watch because now the stats.
I was gonna say, good thing we decided to just advance to the next game because it's not gonna work out.
Yep, there you go. Hello.
Things happen for a reason.
Yes, there's a reason. All right. Well, it is what it is. It's fine. Maybe I'll pay somebody to go back and watch it. We'll see.
We'll be back.